As we begin another day, let us pause for a minute of silence. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, fellow Titans. It is so important for us to tell the stories of past humanity. In this month, we take time to tell the stories of African Americans who have made dramatically positive contributions to the world we know today, the culture in which we live today. It's not perfect, but it is increasingly closer to being the world we wish that we could all live in. Yesterday, we celebrated the accomplishments and contributions of a fantastic artist, Augusta Savage Allred. Today, rather than focus on an individual, we focus on a movement that has changed the course of American history. Let's take a look at it right now.
The March from Selma to Montgomery. As discrimination towards black voters increased throughout the 1960s, so did the charge for equality. February 18, 1965. In light of the arrest of James Orange, secretary of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, a group of civil rights activists gathered for a peaceful demonstration. They were soon violently met by Alabama state troopers, causing the crowd to disperse and fatally shooting Jimmy Lee Jackson. March 7, 1965. The death of Jimmy Lee Jackson sparked much outrage, acting as a catalyst for the march known as Bloody Sunday. Organized by Amelia Boynton Robinson and led by John Lewis, the march consisted of over 600 activists marching towards the Edmund Pettus Bridge. At the bridge, marchers encountered a large sea of Alabama state troopers. This was because the night before the march, Sheriff Jim Clark called upon all eligible white men to be brought into the office to become deputies to legally assault and violate protesters. Troopers began to trample over activists on horses, beat them with nightsticks, use tear gas, and other forms of extreme physical and verbal hate. Pictures and videos of the horrific event began to circulate nationally and internationally. Outrage ran rampant throughout the country, eventually reaching Washington, D.C. President Lyndon B. Johnson called for a joint session of Congress to introduce new voting legislation, famously quoting, "We shall overcome." Following the address, Johnson ordered federal troops to protect the marchers during their next march. On March 21st to March 25th of 1965, the 54-mile march from Selma to Montgomery served to symbolize citizens' journey towards effective legislation. With the president's protection, marchers were able to safely march during the day and sleep in fields at night. At the arrival of the Capitol, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. addressed the crowd and the nation with his "How long, not long" speech. The overwhelming support for equality across the country found traction, and on August 6th of 1965, Congress passed the Voting Rights Act of 1965, which ordered federal approval of any future voting laws and suspended the literacy test. To this day, the results of the march demonstrate a proper carriage of justice in the United States. And as our nation continues to progress, we should continue to strive for equality in all aspects of life.
I want to thank Haley Koo for putting together today's storytelling video, And I want to thank Lorena Allred for getting us off to a great start yesterday. It's so important, again, for us to tell these stories and understand the heroes who have come before us, who've laid a foundation in our country for respect, equality, and dignity for all people. I want to give a shout out to girls varsity basketball last night. They won their second in a row this week, defeating Independence 2 nights in a row. As a matter of fact, they defeated the Tigers of Independence last night 59-31. Had the privilege of joining two Titans, Patrick Noonan, who's a junior here right now, and Patrick Whitehouse, who's a graduate of Dominion High School, as they celebrated the achievement of a lifetime. They became Eagle Scouts on Sunday in a ceremony held at Our Lady of Hope Catholic Church. Patrick Noonan, you're here with us. I just want to let you know what a blessing you are to our school community. Thanks for making such fantastic contributions here at Dominion High School. Speaking of contributions, many of you are involved in integral parts of the school activities that go on academically and extracurricularly. Global ambassadors, theater, broadcast journalism, journalism program in general, debate and theater, mock trial. Some of you are involved in Link Crew, and all these things make an enormous difference. Dance team here in our school community. Tonight, we have an opportunity to showcase these events for you. If you're not involved at this point in time, we want you to come out tonight between 7 and 8:30. We're going to have a tour of the school. I know you're familiar with the school building, but we're going to tour the exciting opportunities to become engaged as a student and as a community member. It's an opportunity not to be missed. Tonight, between 7 and 8:30 p.m., we'll begin in the library, but then we're going to take a tour around the building and meet lots of cool Titans involved in our most enriching experiences. Anime Club is going to meet tomorrow after school in room 612 for a marathon of Card Captor Sakura plus cosplay show and tell. Bring your cosplay projects and ideas, photos from conventions, or just plain curiosity. The Dominion Writing Center encourages you to submit an essay to their Valentine's Day writing contest. All you have to do is write 400 to 500 words about something you love. And submit your writing to molly.menichelli@lcps.org with the subject line, Writing Contest, by February 28th. Make Valentine's Day even sweeter, as the first place winner in this contest gets $100, second place wins $50, and third place wins $25. Seniors, I know you're anxious to get early release instead of Titan time. We're going to be finalizing. In fact, teacher grades are due tonight at midnight. And after that, report cards will be finalized. I'll have an opportunity to look at them. And then next week, I'll be coming to Titan time to give you the status of your application for early release. It's so important in the meantime that you're in Titan time so I can find you to give you the news when that time comes. Titans, remember, your life is a priceless treasure. Your presence here in our community, it's a gift. You are loved unconditionally. Always be truly Titan. Have a fantastic day. Go Titan!